Welcome to How to Perform in Oratory. This video was made for Oratory, but some principles could be used in other IE events. So let's get started. We're going to do a quick rundown of what Oratory is. Oratory is a persuasive 10-minute memorized speech with no props. Some items that you should have or at least keep in mind while watching this video are a speech that's ready to go, a positive attitude, be prepared to have fun, and discover your style of speaking. Something to keep in mind, not only in this video but throughout your speech and debate career, is that everybody is different and will eventually have different speaking styles. So that includes how you perform, your speech, hand gestures, just things that define you as a speaker. Despite the fact that we're all different, we still share many similarities. So these are some general guidelines to keep in mind as you go through your platform career. Before we jump into how you need to speak and walk, etc., we're just going to do a quick rundown on how you should look. The biggest thing for everyone is to make sure that your hair is out of your face. There are more specifics, but we're not going to get into them right at this moment. A general rule, though, is to take off your glasses, but really it's optional. If you really need them, then definitely keep them, but otherwise it just helps your judge see your eyes. Performing. So let's watch a clip and we will explain what Celeste does well.
There is nothing crunchier in life than orange chicken. I mean, it speaks to me. The tender white meat, the golden crust, this is what I was put on earth to eat.
Something that we want to notice is how Celeste keeps her arms within this box. This box is where you want to keep your hand gestures, because above this box it's a little bit awkward, and below it it's just distracting, and it seems like you aren't confident in what you're saying and how you're utilizing your hands. Let's watch another small clip.
Phil might be viewed as a very notorious and evil character. In reality, at the core, she's got some positive vibes about her.
In that little snippet, we definitely want to take a note of Celeste's tone, inflection, and delivery. These two things are super important because you want to make it seem natural, conversational, yet formal. Here's a different tone.
2 plus 2 is 4. 4 plus 2 is 6. 6 plus 2 is 8. And 8 plus 2 is 10. Profound.
A huge part of tone is sounding insightful. So even in that small little clip that you watched, Celeste is just talking about adding numbers, but she still sounds like she's finding out the secret of the universe. Even in an oratory, although it's memorized and you know what you're going to say, a huge part of it is sounding like what you're saying is still new and fresh. And we'll talk about that a little bit later, but I wanted to mention it because in that clip, Celeste does an awesome job of making it seem like she's interested in what she's saying, even though she knows what she's already going to say. Oratory and a few other events have this little walk that you do. So we're just going to go through a basic structure on how to walk in an oratory speech.
This is your basic box. It's what you'll start out in for your first oratory. First, with the intro, you start in the middle, more towards the back of the room. For your first point, move to the right in the slanted line in the diamond shape. Then, for your second point, move to the left in a straight line. For your third point, if you have one, move back to your original point 1 spot. Then for your solutions, move to the middle. And for your conclusions, step forward. Some disclaimers on the box: never step back, and remember, don't turn your back to the audience.
The next little clip is just walking and talking, so a pretend speech.
There is nothing crunchier in this world than orange chicken. The toastiness, the lightness, the white meat chicken. This is what I live for. But of course, we have to first examine why it is so great, which leads into our first point by psychologist Dr. Richard Sherman, who states blah 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 blah. But as are many statistics, we have to examine, are there some health downsides to this delicious roasted chicken? And so here comes our second point. Blah 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 blah.
Despite the fact that that was a short clip and the speech was made up, Celeste does a few noteworthy things here. First, the passion in her voice is there. It sounds like she cares about what she's talking about. She also cites sources, which is completely made up, but it's nice to have an example of what citing a source sounds like. In addition to that, she also never turns her back to the audience when she's walking from point to point. She also uses her hand to lead the way of her path. So where she's going, her hand kind of sets that path for her. Let's keep watching Celeste and break down what she's doing right.
Whoever dare states that orange chicken is not the most delicious chicken in the world is wrong. It's profoundly wrong. It's
Pause. Do you see how she's performing? It's right. Her feet are still, her legs don't move from the waist down, and she's keeping her arms within the box.
Something that was roughly mentioned was posture. Remember, keep your shoulders back, chin up, think tall and confident. Don't move your feet so you keep your waist still. If you have an excessive amount of hand gestures, you can use heavy books during practice to get used to having your hands by your sides.
There is nothing crunchier in this life than orange chicken. The light toasted meat, the orange glorious bakedness. I don't know what I'm saying, but chicken is delicious. But of course there's some downsides. I mean, you can't eat orange chicken forever, or can you? Which leads into our first point, where Dr. Richard Sherman states, chicken good, chicken great, chicken forever. And this is the most fundamental idea. But of course, there's examples. I mean, with worldwide obesity rates, we could be eating chicken all night long. But of course, let's go clucking into our second point, which of course leads into the fact that we can eat orange chicken with many other delectable food items. But lastly, there must be a final point. Why in the world do we care about orange chicken so much?
In that example, we definitely see Celeste portray all of the little stuff that we've talked about. Which brings us to our next point. Mentality is half the battle. You need to believe that you deserve to be heard. We're including this in the performance because what you're thinking before you go on affects your performance. This advice really goes for all IE events. You have roughly 10 minutes to share a message with your round. Those are your 10 minutes. They are yours to perform your heart out. No matter who goes first, who's in your round, what's going on, those 10 minutes need to be your best. You need to have your head in the game, telling yourself that your message is powerful, that your message matters, and that you are a strong speaker. You've worked so hard to get to this point that no matter what outside stuff is going on, you owe it to yourself to have fun and utilize those 10 minutes.
Man, I'm really nervous. I'm feeling anxious, my leg won't stop shaking, and that guy is really good. But you know what? I got this. I've practiced hours to be here. Just waking up for this tournament has already made this worth it. I mean, this is my moment. So I'm going to make my moment count, no matter who goes before or who's going to go after me. So, fake it till you make it.
Celeste, babe.
Thank you.
We're going to end by giving you guys a few tips, reminders, and things to consider. Delivery is super important, so practice it. Turn up. Keep your energy as high as possible for as much of the tournament as you can. Be passionate about what you say. Don't turn your back to the audience. Don't apologize. Like I mentioned before, those are your 10 minutes. And lastly, have fun.